I just thought I'd show you some of Chevrolet's rather interesting engineering. Over here we have about the bolt size of the transmission bolts on the bell housing. That would go here on this rod here. This is an extra support rod for the transfer case. And over here we have the bolts that bolt it to the transfer case. Right? And that would go right on the side there. So we got those two giant bolts securing to this one little bolt. Now that's smart, right? And even better, this on this bolt is a pulling force. It pulls this way. Over there, it's a shearing force. The shearing force required to break bolts is, I believe, far higher than what it is to just break the head off. So that's probably why when I pulled this apart, this bolt was broken. That's probably what it was. See, in fact, I have the bolt over here. Well, or what's left of it anyway, because of Chevrolet's wonderful engineering. This is what happens to the bolt on that side. It just, the head breaks off. It's not a big enough bolt. Wonderful, wonderful engineering. But I'm not done yet. Let's see, there's more. This is really awesome. Down here, you know how they have these extra support things that Ford doesn't have, and I'll show you why Ford doesn't need them. These bolts here that hold this cover on, these ones here, are actually bigger than the ones that hold the transmission itself to the engine. Go figure. That, I mean, that just flat doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Wonderful engineering, and this whole frickin' cross member, it sat like that with the old trans, but that's just retarded. It really is. Oh well. Blame Chevy's engineers, they must be smoking something, I don't know. Like, oh, well, we'll make up for the thin castings on our transmissions by putting a bunch of retarded hold downs. That'll do it. And see the casting difference on Ford versus Chevy. This is a Ford C6. This was off of a diesel. Okay, versus 6.9/7.3 IDI bell housing, which is actually fairly similar to the Windsor series, but. And then this is Chevrolet's diesel bell housing. Quite a bit thinner. And as you can see, they have problems. And again, Chevrolet's transmission bolt, I kid you not, that is the actual bolt, versus Ford's, which I have somewhere around here. Actually, it's probably got one in there. Versus Ford's. Significantly larger. Just see the size difference there. Yeah? This is why Ford doesn't require any hold downs. That's funny. Now, and Ford's difference on their torque converters, they use 4 bolts for all the gas engines, and for the early diesels, the IDIs. The Power Strokes went to 6 studs, but you can see here there's studs as opposed to standoffs to put bolts into. And for whatever reason, I originally thought that would be easier to line up. Not really. The studs are actually easier. So, another interesting thing. There you go.